Hey, this could be the first video on my guitar channel. I just had to show something because I read online about finishing guitars. I've done a couple now, and there's this massive debate over what lacquers to use, water-based silicone, what kind of things to use. Like, do you want to? And a lot of times I've heard people kind of condemn these cheaper lacquers, so I kind of stayed away from them. So I tried to go with Balaams and all these other things, and eventually I kind of came back to what I was used to because I had done some other things. Like in the background, I built a couple arcade machines, but I used to use a lot of Rustoleum Lacquer, and I got some pretty good results out of it. So I decided to go ahead and do a guitar body one because I wanted something with really high gloss, really shiny, and something that basically looked like it was coated in glass. And I got a really good result. Now, this has been drying for 6 days. All I've done to it is wiped it down with a paper towel. It was sprayed, it was set up to dry, and I just now took it off the thing because it's sturdy enough that I can now touch, but still not ready for wet sanding and polishing. So the finish will actually get it substantially better than what you see here, because wet sanding and polishing works miracles. But yeah, this is just what it looks like, straight off of being painted. Now, because of how I'm doing this body, I didn't decide to round it over. I kind of wanted to leave it sharper because I'm trying to make something a little more like a retro look with this one. Hence how the sunburst is done. But yeah, just look at those edges. Like, let me try to see if I can get some good light on here. Just how shiny, like there's literally, let me get really close to this finish and just kind of show you how the finish looks. Now, like I said, this finish is actually going to get substantially better once I actually can wet sand this thing. And what I'll do is I'll take about 2,000 grit, because it's already so fine already. I'm going to skip those earlier grits. Like I know a lot of people sometimes start with like even 600 and stuff. I'm just going to jump straight to 2,000 grit, polish it up really nice, then go over to a 2,500, then switch to some rubbing compound and a buffer, and probably buff it about 10 times. And how fast this stuff dries, I'll probably be doing that in about 4 or 5 days. Just want to be safe. But yeah, look at that. And to compare, because, you know, a lot of times things look really nice until you see something professional. Of course, I think this is professional, but at least I'm hoping, because I'd love to do this for a living. Here's a Les Paul. So let me kind of, I know it's black, so it's kind of hard to tell, but here's a Les Paul finish. Then there's my finish. Now, like I said, this is actually going to get a lot better because anyone who does guitars can tell you like what's the difference between when you just lacquer something and when you actually start your wet sanding and your buffing. To kind of show you more of the retro style I'm going with this one, making a custom pick guard. I got a lot more work to do on this, just kind of freehanding it and figuring out how it should go style wise. But this is kind of where I'm at so far. I'll kind of give you an idea. That's kind of the overall look. I'm gonna do 2 humbuckers there and there. The neck is lighter, just an amber, but not too heavy. Actually, I got that right here. So I still have to do the decals on it, so I'm actually printing those out very soon. But here is the neck. Let me just set this here. Alright, yeah. So that's the color neck that I'm going on with this. So you're going to have kind of a darker body, sunburst finish, with a really nice light amber neck. So yeah, then got everything on this one is custom. The neck was cut out from wood. Like the fretboard was like just wood we got. Body was wood we got. Everything we did we cut out from scratch, and we've painted, polished, cut, and done whatever it needs to do. So this will be like our second completely finished guitar. Yeah, and that's our body. That's one of our body styles. So yeah, just kind of lost the point in this video. The main point was, can you use Rustoleum lacquer on a guitar body? And let me get really close up on this finish. And in the comments, you tell me, does that finish look like a proper finish? And like I said, I'll do another follow-up video, of course, when I actually, get to bust out my wet sand and take care of this. But here's the back, similar. I haven't wiped the back off with the paper towel yet, so you can see what it's like before I wiped it. There's that little tiny kind of fuzzy stuff that goes on when you lacquer something that you can just kind of wipe off. But yeah, that's without being wiped down by a paper towel. And that is with once you've just kind of wiped it down with a paper towel. Yeah, that's it. So totally, if you don't want to put out, if you want a high gloss finish and you don't want to put out $20 for a can of Balaams or some other expensive lacquer, totally just get Rustoleum. Works great.